Stay with us to see the failed assault of the Russian occupiers. Ukrainian operators detected 6 Russian occupiers hiding in trenches and preparing for an advance. They had no idea they had already been spotted. All the information was obtained from the reserve through surveillance drone cameras, including their exact number and the direction of movement. They were waiting for the right moment to launch an advance. The occupiers began moving forward through the trenches. Ukrainian soldiers could not allow them to push ahead, and to disrupt their plans, they prepared to strike first. They waited for approval from the reserve to launch a counterattack.
If you enjoy our work, please support us with a like and a subscription.
Having received orders from above, the Ukrainian K2 battalion launched an offensive to disrupt the occupiers' plans. A fierce firefight broke out, taking the Russian soldiers by surprise. The shooting continued, but it is clear that in a firefight in the trenches, weapons alone are not enough. That is not enough. Then the Ukrainian fighters switched to grenades. A powerful explosion followed, and smoke spread everywhere. It was quite an unexpected explosion for the Russians. Taking advantage of the moment, a Ukrainian soldier also secured his position in the trench, and the firefight continued.
Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. It really means a lot to us.
The shooting does not stop. Each shot is followed by a return shot. The courage and determination of the Ukrainian soldier for a moment turned the plans of the occupiers upside down. This is how the soldiers of Battalion K2 distinguish themselves. The occupiers had to retreat in the hope of finding temporary shelter. The exchange of fire remained intense, but the quick and decisive actions of the Ukrainian side shifted the situation and prevented further advancement. What do you think the Russian soldiers were counting on when they retreated? What were their next plans? It seems they hoped the Ukrainian battalion would simply let them go. The footage clearly shows Russian soldiers running away, moving back toward their positions. However, they are not in a favorable situation. An open field combined with the sky under Ukrainian control leaves them with little chance. We do not know the exact answer as to what the next chance for the Russian occupiers was. But we know well what the next step of the Ukrainian soldiers was. They launched an offensive using drones, dropping bombs from above.
If you enjoy our work, please support us with a like and a subscription.
We see how, in an instant, the Russian occupiers themselves ended up in the role of victims and fell into a hopeless situation. They were unable to continue the assault and were forced to retreat. But even in retreat, luck was not on their side. They were struck and blown up within moments. We can see one of the occupiers running through the forest, unable to find any cover. It's impossible to survive a direct hit like that. Another occupier runs across the open field. Of all his comrades, his situation is the most desperate. Being in the open while bombs are falling from the sky is unbearable. He stops and begins firing at a Ukrainian soldier. Then he gets up and decides to continue running. Just as he starts to move again, a bomb falls on the area. But for the moment, he is not hit.
Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. It really means a lot to us.
But he is finished off by the following blows. Another occupier runs in a state of panic, his fear almost visible. A wave of bombs rains down on him from the sky, one after another without pause. At first, he is lucky. They fall all around without hitting him, and even the blast waves do not reach him. But after the fifth or sixth explosion, he is finally struck. In such conditions, survival is an impossible task, no matter how hard one tries. The entire area is covered in smoke, with clear traces of bomb impacts visible. The footage also shows the spots where the occupiers were struck down, their bodies lying in open fields, in the forest, and inside trenches. The Ukrainian soldiers of the K2 battalion demonstrated true determination and professionalism. With skill and strategy, it is possible to outmaneuver the opponent even in war and take full control of the situation.
If you enjoy our work, please support us with a like and a subscription.